take it outside. Not that the black community makes this stuff, manufactures this stuff. We've been the great distributors of poison to ourselves over the years. Once again, Dr. Velve Boles is in Louisiana. This program is the Wisdom Table, coming to you over East Harlem Community Radio. Our panel, questions while you think of it. Colonel North, a couple of weeks ago, in light of one of the most recent shootings, school shootings, he said at an NRA, National Rifle Association meeting, that it wasn't the guns, it was Ritalin and other drugs being given to young people around the country. What is your reaction to that statement? Hold on, Doc. We're hooking up the hookup. Once again, this is East Harlem Community Radio Community Project. Wisdom Table is geared to developing the
off
the radio skills or announcer skills, conducting their own radio program. That's why we're meeting now. The participants are very comfortable in having Leroy here, but at the same time, they got talents that we haven't touched on yet. And my sincere belief is that the talent within the black community has to be developed, whether they're young, middle, or so-called older. And this is an untapped resource within our community. Untapped. They can conduct a show just as good as the lady who was on The View, who retired. What's that lady's name?
Stroud.
No. It's the Caucasian lady that was on there for eons. She was on TV for eons. She was basically the person that put it together, The View.
Barbara Walters?
Barbara Walters.
I just say a black woman. That's why I said.
No, Caucasian.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Caucasian.
Yeah, she did put the Caucasian. Right. That's what you said.
So,
Barbara Walters.
yeah, she had experience, but what we do, we can give the knowledge to our people at any age and guide them into the skills. See, that's now the only blocking factor is the mind of the participant themselves. But each one of you has a unique voice and opinions, and you don't have to be the smartest person in the world to do a talk show. What you need are smart guests, and you can ask the dumbest questions, and they can give the smartest answers, all right? So you did a great show. So Leroy, what Leroy does, I get guests who know more about a subject than I do.
That's why you ask them questions.
I do the research and get 3 questions together up front. I get 3 questions, and I'll ask associates. I'll ask them. I said, "Look, I got so and so coming on the show today. What are 3 questions that you would ask them?" Okay, then I go to another person. 3 more questions down. 9 shows from now, I got my own questions, and I just test it off with my friends and associates. But I have a table, round table. Look, we got this guy coming on, and you take the most controversial people, and not for controversy, but you select people who can provide information to your people. How we looking?
It's not connecting for some reason.
I'm sorry, my phone.
And I got a question about the K2.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to my
Okay,
phone.
okay, well, do you? I can put it on speaker. I don't know if that'll
stop it from coming in.
Why you can't be arrested for selling it? That's what I want to know.
Right now they don't know who they're arrested.
Go to that store on the corner of 116th Street in Lexington. You can buy anything you want to buy as long as you got the money. K2, K3, KU.
But how many times
from the
they
store?
closed them down?
Yeah, in the store.
Yeah, that's
why they got busted the first time.
And they
Then
bust
somebody
them,
else
close
came
them
back
up,
and
and
opened
the
it up
next
under a
3
different
months they
name.
open that back up again. So what's the sense?
Because the guy was in the middle
Powering
of the
off.
street with foaming at the mouth. Like he was crazy for smoking that stuff.
There was an article, I didn't save it,
Powering on.
and
Ready to
the
pair.
guy was leaving
Paired.
the country, a Yemenite, one of these Yemenites, and they looked in his suitcase, and what they found was
A whole lot of this.
no, they found money. I'm not going to give you the figures, but it was a Lexington Avenue clerk trying to get out of the country with the cash.
Okay, yeah.
They're taking tons of money from within the black community, which comes off as poor, but it's not. Our community, if you buy in the poor and you open up somebody's closet and it's full of sneakers, then you're not dealing with poor people. and it's new sneakers every week. It's a new. Okay, Dr. Velve Boles.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got you on a different setup, but we have a question. We have questions here from the panel. But no question? No. Okay, Ritalin. Let's go on to Ritalin and what you.
I read the article that was talking about Colonel North, and as many of you may know, he is the newly appointed NRA, or the National Rifle Association president. So he has to maintain the pro-freedom of arms position. That he has chosen to say that the problem is, first of his words, young people are desensitized because of the violence they see. And that makes me laugh because he's absolutely right. And one of the ways to slow down violence is to get the garner that hears of the violence. He also says Ritalin is part of the issue. Well, I don't know if I've ever talked to anyone on your show before, but I have figured been a proponent for Ritalin because it is considered a medical handcuff. Ritalin is a type of amphetamine, and it's used in children because before the age of 12, generally, children have what's called an oxymoronic response. And what that means is if I took Ritalin or I gave it to any of my audience, they couldn't sleep for a few days. They would be jittery, they would be hyper, they might speak fast, and they couldn't sleep. It's worse than a big dose of caffeine.
Okay, so, but he tied it in, he tied it into being more open to aggression, violence, the use of guns.
Well, if you stop the brain's growth, I don't know how to affect them. Maybe I have, by giving a child starting usually age 5 or 6, I put a chemical in their brain that is not natural. Just like I told you, that genetically some people are prone to be addictive. Some people are prone to have adverse reactions to certain kind of chemicals. We don't know that about a 6-year-old, but we're giving it to them anyway. So let's say the reason the child is restless or doesn't sit down or not really obedient is because they have a tendency to be erratic. And then I put a chemical in their brain, I may permanently freeze the brain in some position that the child might have grown out of it. I mean, my dad and mom had 8 children, and I have a couple of siblings, and I was born to rain. I was difficult. So I didn't get drugged. I got a pat on the behind on my leg, and someone talked to me.
That's right.
So as I grew up, you would hear old folks saying, well, they will grow out of it. And many times we did. But you can't grow out of it and then permanently freeze it by giving you a chemical when you're 6 years old.
So when we talk about violence, there are a lot of factors that go into that. One of them, I think you're touching on, is reasoning at a higher level or commensurate with your age. And if you, this is a statement question, if you impact that child's brain from at an early age, you're actually dealing with a child in the form of a 16, 17, 18-year-older. That's a statement question.
Yes, I do hear your question, and I want to make 2 comments. We talked about the cerebral cortex, and when we said when you do things like marijuana or THC effect. In Ritalin and in behavior, the part of the brain that gives us our emotional restraint or emotional sense is called amygdala. I know it's a big word, but it's called the amygdala. And the amygdala is what charges us to feel like crying, makes us feel empathy when we see a sad story, and it also charges us with anger. When we have jealousy, some people with jealousy can just feel it and move away. Some people with jealousy say they black out. At that moment they saw red or so forth. And even in our court, we have something called an act of passion. So it is recognized that there is a part of the brain that can take over our full physical self, and that is your amygdala. So if I can't say, don't know, no one else knows, if I'm giving a child at 6 years old written, and their tendency is to have a strong amygdala, meaning they react very forcefully, they have temper tantrums, they throw things, their anger overpowers them. I don't know if I'm setting them up where they never learn how to control that amygdala. So those kinds of discussions you'll hear in a psychoanalytic or psychological kind of group meeting or if you go to a conference, but they don't tell the parent that. So if you have a child that has, let's say, a short fuse, car back, seem to have poor judgment, why would you want to freeze them into that state? The whole idea of learning is allow the child to make a mistake and correct it, to discipline them, to lead them. If you put them into this quiet submission, like, when will they learn? Will they ever learn? And have you set them up where they can't learn?
I have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have a friend that has a little girl. When she first born, she had problems. And then they started giving her this chemical,
Really.
this Ritalin. She would always cry. She always had a problem of crying. And then they started giving her this stuff. Now, she can't keep still. Or either her mind just don't not on thinking. And you have to keep telling her, taking her step by step to get her to understand what you're saying. And when she can't have her way, sometimes she just sit there and pout, or either she start crying. Could it be?
Well, the first question I would ask is this behavioral or does she have a defect? If she is not with a defect, no one said that she has any problem like cerebral palsy, or if she doesn't have Down syndrome or autism.
No.
And this is her behavior.
No.
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 Well, if it's all behavior, see, every child is born with a temperament. And any old mother there will know there are some babies, they call them good babies. The baby will sleep when you want them to sleep, they smile when you pick them up, and when you feed them, they seem like they like you. And then there's some fussy babies, where they don't necessarily cry, but they're making noises, and they're kind of jittery, and you lay them down, and they make these little sounds, and we call them jittery. Then we have something that my grandmother called mean babies. They cry anytime you're trying to get some sleep. They cry regardless. You can shake them, you can rock them. So babies have temperament. All babies are not the same. So if you have a difficult newborn and you have an inexperienced mother, then they will be quick to look for some kind of way to make them be a better baby. My brother confessed to me this many years ago, because his children are grown now, that he used to give his baby some Benadryl, and I not have it.
No good.
Benadryl will make the baby sleep, but it also can make
Sleep
the baby
all the time.
sleep. If a child has a tendency for seizure activity, you can break that threshold by giving a Benadryl, and that child will start seizing. So we have to be so careful. I know some parents will put a little brandy and a little sweet water. That's what it is. Some
That's
people
not
will
good,
try
too.
to make the belly of the baby be full by giving them some light cereal in their milk. Every time you do something to alter a child's behavior, you have to know that it's more than just one place that you are affecting.
Yeah.
So if I hear the question you asked, could this child, having been started so early on medication, be showing some kind of traits? The answer is absolutely it's possible. I can give you a tip. I mentioned my grandmother on my mother's side before. I refer to her as Mama Betsy. If you got a fussy baby, make some catnip tea.
Mm-hmm.
And if that baby drinks the catnip tea, it'll go to sleep. And you can do it for when they're teething. You can do it when they're colicky. And there is no residual effect. Catnip tea is a natural herbal user for children.
Yeah, which is hard to find now.
What's that?
It's hard to find it at any drugstore.
No, wait. Let me give you an easy way. Go to Amazon.com. There's so many people, if you don't know how, and ask for catnip. And you can get it both in a tea bag and you can get it loose.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So-
You can
so-
get catnip tea.
So let's say that child that Sister Jenkins just mentioned, that child is brought to you, and they're brought to you at this point in time. Sister Jenkins, at what point in time did they begin to give the child this written?
Long. She's been going through this ever. First, she was a child that was. The lady that has her now is her foster parents. Her parents abused her. So when we did get to her, she was just about messed up. And she used to cry because they used to stick her with cigarettes and different things.
How old is she now?
She must be about what, 10, 11 years old?
Yeah.
So this child is brought to you
Was a
at 11 years old. What
Wasn't her
would you
parents
do?
drug addicts?
Okay, well, she's defined a category. This was an abused child. So the first thing is to listen. At 10 years old, they're able to tell you what they feel and what they think. So I would want a very sensitive pediatric therapist. And the first thing she looked in my door is I do a full physical exam. I would make sure that she's not hurting herself, because unfortunately unusual. So my first thing is to make sure that she's not doing anything to herself that's negative. I make sure her blood work shows that she's a healthy person. I look at her urine to make sure that she doesn't have any kind of residuals from her treatment. Now, a child that has had trauma may have a hormone imbalance. Now, that could surprise you. But if they're compensating because they are afraid or they're anxious, they may have high thyroid, and that might be why she can't sit still. She might have high cortisol because she's compensating for constant fear. So a child that has had abuse, we have to do an endocrine workup to make sure that her body is not over-secreting some what we call compensatory hormone. They're trying to cope with their fear or cope with whatever. So once done a medical panel, I would take her off of all the medications, get her into a therapist that understands abuse and allows the child to express herself. And I'd be real careful with the diet. I would not let her have a lot of real sugary anything, whether it's desserts or sodas. I would make sure that if she does get candy or cake, it has no artificial dye. Number 3 red, number 5 red, all these colored dyes, like in certain sodas and certain kind of pudding. I'd be very careful not to give her any kind of foreign types of things to try to minimize stimulation of chemicals. But just because she's had a bad beginning doesn't mean that she can't come around.
Okay. Questions from the panel? This is the wisdom table, whether it's on this subject or another subject that's on your mind.
But how long do this medicine last in their body from a child up?
No, Ritalin.
Oh, really? Okay. It depends on the dose. Those of you who are familiar, the usual research dose is 5 milligrams, so they give it to you twice a day or 3 times a day. And as the child gets a little older, they can increase the dose to 10 milligrams twice a day. Now, if it really is intended for the child that is health, they will give you a vacation. Many Ritalin prescribing doctors will say, Friday when they get home from school, don't give them that last dose, and don't give them any more until they get ready to go to school on Monday. And that's allowed the weekend to be the time for the child to have normal brain function. But I don't know that all pediatricians advise parents that they can interrupt the doses. I have many parents that I have no trouble with the child at home. And that's the best indication that the school is using it as mental health.
That's an indication that what?
That's the use of mental health. I mean, grandma can tell the child to sit down and the child sit down, or grandma can ask the child to go get some water and they bring it. So that means the child has a full understanding of authority and they can be obedient. And if in school they are not being obedient, it is not an indication for Ritalin. That means that either the teacher does not know how to manage the child, or the school is intolerant and don't allow a child to express themselves. Either way is a hardship to the child, and it should not be clinically handled.
All right, this is East Harlem Community Radio, and we're in our last few minutes. When you look at, I'm dealing with adults now. Actually, they're giving these drugs that have for depression. And what we understand from other interviews is that these drugs have, among the effects is dual aggression, murder, and suicide. And when we look at news around the country, we're having a lot of cases, instances where mothers are killing themselves and their children, where fathers are killing their boy babies. and we can, say it's the sign of the times, but if we look at the history of the people, they may be on antidepressants. Your comment, your observations.
Okay, I'm glad that you were able. I introduced the word amygdala. We have two small brain segments that appear over the temple and the inside of your head. It is the least studied part of the brain that we've ever looked at. Because in some people it's large and some people it's small. When they give you the antidepressant, it's usually in the dopaminergic family of drugs. And you have to remember that all it says is that is one of the chemicals that communicates with other parts of the brain. The reason they have to give you it might cause suicide, it might, is we do not know how the drug affects the amygdala. So in me, if they make me sad and I cry all the time, or they make me hungry and I eat, and then they make you angry, they may make you suspicious. So that's why they tell you you have these symptoms, call your doctor, because we don't know how they work. It's all about money. And 50% of the time, patients get better, then the pharmacist can seek a license to sell it. It doesn't matter that 50% of the time you have an adverse effect. It's usually public opinion that causes a pharmaceutical company to pull the drug off the market.
Okay.
There's no regulatory body that really looks about 100% for the risk to the patient. They call it tolerable risk, allowable risk.
Allowable what?
Risk.
Spell.
If 10 people can become psychotic and 90 people do not, then those 10 people is allowable risk.
Spell that.
Go ahead and put it on the market.
Spell that last word. I'm not getting it.
R-I-S-K. Risk.
Oh, allowable risk. So that so so right. Oh man.
You're right, a risk. They don't care what you take, long as they make the money.
Oh man. Any questions? Any questions from the panel?
No.
The panel said they got no questions. You done dropped so many bombs on them.
As long as they can make the money, they don't care.
The panel said they filled up with wisdom today.
Telling me.
As you close this session, Dr. Boles, remedies that your mom, your grandmom implemented regarding any number or any type of disease. The thing that comes to your mind could be one thing or another. Let's deal with constipation and two others.
You know what? You're right on it, brother. I was going to say the one thing would be castor oil. My mom, my grandmother,
That's right, castor oil.
all even announced that it is time to get your symptoms cleaned out. And twice a year, every 1 month, we're given what they call a dose of castor oil. And their intent was to, that now will pay $50 to get a bowel cleanse. He would do it with a teaspoon or 2 spoons of castor oil. And it is a good idea because you're flushing out the bowel. You're
Flush the
allowing
bowels out.
the lymph node to be cleansed. You're allowing the blood to be cleansed. So I would say, if nothing else, we need to adopt the concept of giving the child a thorough cleansing at least twice a year.
What about prune juice?
Too light.
What about warm prune juice?
Well, some juices are food. Anytime you take something that requires digestion, you are still working with the body's enzymes. And if you That's the whole idea. You want to go straight through.
Wow.
Okay.
Local magnesia is the most gentle if you're on a medication where you should be worried about dehydration.
Yeah,
So my
local
mother
magnesia, I know that.
preferred local magnesia. She could take it briefly up to 2 or 3 little caps, and you get overnight results.
Yeah.
But for children who are active and you want them to be cleaned up and they're eating all the junk food, I don't think you'll find a cheaper or better source than castor oil, or I think they came up with something called Astoria.
Astoria.
To clean your children up.
Okay, the fish oil, the cod liver oil, is that good to take every day?
Cod liver oil is a source of omega-3. We usually use fish oil for really sick kids or children who have asthma. Many children have cirrhosis. They are hyperallergenic. Cod liver oil has been found to help control any kind of allergic thing. So asthmatic children, psoriatic children, psoriasis, that's when you give them the cod liver oil. You're trying to either fatten up a little skinny kid or you're trying to get improvements in the skin. All along.
Okay.
It's all cause you to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
666 and Geritol. What are they used for?
That's the flush
Okay,
up.
Geritol is an iron supplement. My mom used to tell young mothers or young women who just got married, they get every bottle because young women have
babies
menstruation.
faster.
Every month they lose iron, they lose blood. If they want to get their iron back up in a normal range, which by the way is between 10 and 14 for a woman and 12 and 16 for a man, those are hemoglobin numbers, then you can take Geritol. And Geritol is completely digestible. Sometimes an iron tablet cannot be broken down in the stomach. So for the senior citizens, I always recommend Geritol over any other supplement. And for pregnant women, they get a tablet called Phenosol.
Geritol asked about the 3/6s.
Flush the
Okay,
toes.
well, I mean, they're the same old-fashioned kind of medicine. If they talk about liver cleansing, the bottom line is to give somebody a nutrient that we can't get from food. So Geritol is a digestible iron. Now, I don't know if you always remember, or you know, Brother Leroy, or how old women used to eat dirt.
Right.
Grandma's going out hunting for called red dirt.
Yeah.
She prayed on being a baby. Well, she was looking for an iron supplement. Well, now you don't have to do that. You can just get Geritol.
Okay. But you said the 3/6s is used for what?
Liver cleansing and it is called
Liver
liver cleansing.
Liver cleansing.
I'm sorry, repeat that. Liver cleansing.
Blood cleansing and liver cleansing. It's supposed to be a body rejuvenator.
And
Okay.
that's enough to do something.
All right. So we're at the end wisdom table. We're at the end of the wisdom. We're at the end of the table, sister Boles.
I ain't drinking no cigar.
Oh man, the Gap
I
Band.
took
The
the
Gap
3
Band has a
sips.
song. You dropped the bomb
Don't
on me.
you drop one on us today.
So you came straight out of Louisiana by way of North Carolina and dropped the bomb on us
In New
today.
York.
God bless you, my lady.
Always, I enjoy you, my ladies, and Brother Leroy, and thank you for the invitation. And I look forward to the next time.
Thank you
Same
very
here.
much. Same here.
Okay, bye now.
Bye-bye.
Smart woman.
I had taken the 3/6s. I have taken the Geritol.
I ain't taking
My aunt started me young with the Geritol.